Hello and welcome to Bry's Book and Film, a reboot of the channel, so that moving forward I'm going to be talking about films that I've seen and like, and books that I've read and like. Actually, I'll talk about films that I don't like as well. What I'm going to talk about today is a film called Duel from 1971, directed by Steven Spielberg. It was his first movie out of the gate. It's a really compelling film. Dennis Weaver takes the lead. He plays David Mann. And the premise of the story is that Mr. Mann, he's got to go and for a business meeting with a client, and it involves him leaving home early in the morning he's going out for the whole day. He's got to meet this client to secure his contract, going forward. And it involves him driving through the California desert, and we follow Mr. Mann's journey as you start off by seeing reversing out of his garage down his driveway onto the street, and then he makes his way through town, and then eventually we get through to sort of out of town, and he's making his way through the desert, the long lonely highway, where he encounters the psycho truck driver that just basically wants to kill him at all costs. It starts off, excuse me, just had an itch there. It starts off with Mr. Mann. He encounters the truck. It's a great big old fuel tanker thing. Really old-fashioned looking truck, dirty, oily, grimy, and he attempts to overtake the truck. A nice clean overtake. Anybody would be pleased with that. It's a nice clean overtake. The truck driver, who remains unseen. There is a shot at the petrol station where you see, I think, his elbow leaning out the cab window, and for the rest of the film, the truck driver remains unseen. David Mann pulls into the petrol station, and the guy says, "Look, you need new radiator hose." And he says, "Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, Billy." He says, "Yeah, well, it's up to you." So he does the old-fashioned thing of cleans the windscreen, fills the car up with fuel. He has a look in the engine compartment. "Yeah, you need new hose." "Yeah, rip off, mate." So anyway, Mr. Mann, David Mann, continues his journey on, and the truck driver then decides he wants to be in front of Mr. Mann at any cost, and doesn't care very much for Mr. Mann's safety. In fact, he tries his hardest to run him off the road. And what follows is your cat and mouse game through the desert, with the truck driver actively trying to kill David Mann, trying to run him off the road. At one point he waves him round. He says, "Yeah, come on." He waves him round. You see the truck driver's hand, and he waves him round. But there's traffic coming. Excuse me. So Mr. Mann is, he's realised he's in serious trouble here, and then it all escalates. There's a bit of a to-do in a cafe. There's a roadside cafe, and Mr. Mann thinks he sees, because what happens is that David Mann gets run off the road. He has a bit of a crash. He goes into the diner, and he's sitting there and he's having something to eat. He's having a sandwich and a glass of water, and he thinks he sees the truck driver in the bar. So he's working out what to say, and then he sort of goes for it, and it's not the truck driver at all. He ends up getting clobbered by an angry man, So you never do see the truck driver. Now, this film is older than I am, and yes, I know it's another incredibly old film. It's an ancient film, but it's a really compelling film. Dennis Weaver is the star of the show. He carries the whole film effectively. There are other people, the people in the roadside diner, There's a woman further along. There's a couple that he encounters to try and get help, and one thing and another. And but he's out there on his own. He's fighting off this lunatic, murderous truck driver that wants to get him at all costs. So it all leads up to the climax of the film is the big chase, the end of the film chase, where he's got David Mann has got in front and he's running for his life, but then the hose that the man in the petrol station had referenced earlier decides it's going to split. So now he's got all his coolant leaking out, and he's trying to get to the top of the hill, and the truck's chasing him. But the truck is a truck, and it's very compelling. It's actually quite a gripping scene. And Mr. Man just makes it over the crest of the hill. The car's dying, and it's going slower and slower, and it's losing all its power. And you're gripped by the drama of David Mann's situation. He's running for his life, and he makes it to the crest of the hill, and he just sort of makes it, and then he starts to freewheel down the other side. The truck's still chasing him. Now, as this film is from 1971, I don't feel thingy about spoilers, because if you haven't seen Duel by now, you should. Well, mind you, if you haven't seen it by now, maybe I shouldn't give the ending away, but it is a really, really good film. It is a top-end film. Dennis Weaver, that's your first win. Steven Spielberg, that's your big win. Steven Spielberg, he's a good director, and this is a really, really, really good film to watch. It's from 1971. It's called Duel. D-U-E-L. Duel. I've got it on DVD, of course, and I bought it on Amazon Prime, so I can stream it whenever I want on my iPad, when I'm out and about, whatever. So yeah, Duel, 1971, Dennis Weaver, directed by Steven Spielberg. I'm not doing an injustice to the other members of the cast by not mentioning them, but they're only bit part players in this really, really compelling story. So Duel, 1971, Dennis Weaver, Steven Spielberg. Buy it on DVD, stream it, just watch it. It's a really good film, and I hope you've enjoyed the first video on the new rebooted channel. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.